Okay, so now let's have a look at a practical demonstration of measuring superheat with a digital manifold set and then also making some adjustments. Please be aware this is not about how to set superheat from a manufacturer's perspective, it's really about using our tool to measure it and then going off and setting superheat. So let's go and have a look at it. Okay, so we've got the unit connected up. So this little system here is currently operating. The unit's telling me that it's at around about 2 degrees C. It's R134A. So nice and simple, something that you'd see out in the field each day that you're working. All I've done here is I've connected up to the suction side, so back here at the compressor. I've then connected up, I'm taking my temperature measurement just after the TX valve bulb, which is here, so on the suction line here, and obviously TX valve. So to do a superheat measurement with this particular item, all you need to do is have a low side connection, select the gas that you're working with, connect up the temperature sensor here to the suction line just after the TX valve bulb, and then the digital manifold set will do the rest for you. So let's have a look at the numbers. You can see here that we're running at 1 degree C, and then current superheat is around about 8 degrees C. It's a little bit high. This unit's been working for not very long, but it's sort of matching load. So let's go in and make some adjustments. My primary aim here is not to show you or to teach you how to set superheat, it's about how to measure it, and when you're doing the adjustments, to be able to watch it in real time here. So I'm going to go into the adjustment point on the TX valve, and then just wind it out a quarter of a turn and see what that does to the superheat. As with most systems, it takes a little bit of time to show any change there. We're still at 8 degrees, so I'll wind it out just a little bit more. Okay. Okay, so you can see that the adjustment that I've made here by winding it out has dropped it by a couple of degrees. It's coming up a bit. So it looks as though it's probably going to be sitting around about the 6 to 7 degree superheat. I'll wind it out just a bit more. See what that does. The most important thing that I want to make relevant here is that the digital manifold set itself is doing all the calculations. You don't need to do any calculation at all, whereas before you probably would have had to have used a PT chart, some form of thermometer to measure the temperature on the suction line, and then obviously your gauge manifold set. So it's 3 pieces of information of equipment, and then you're always behind when you're doing your calculations. Here it's doing it in real time. You can see that we're down to 4 degrees C, so probably not enough superheat for this system. So we then go back in and screw it back the opposite way a little bit, quarter of a turn, and see what that does, until we ultimately get to where we want to be, which would be perhaps say 6 degrees or 6K superheat. I could wind that in a lot more and just show you the effect that's having. As stated though, it's not to educate people on the actual system, it's more about just showing you the value of the tool and how quick it is when you use it to set superheat. So you can see that we're coming up to 10K there. We'll possibly keep going. If you have a look around here too, you've got a backlight which I'll put on and then turn off because the video might not pick it up too well. But it's showing you here, as with a traditional manifold set, on the left side is your low side and the right side is the high side. So if I was to remove this plug and then put it into the high side and then remove this clamp and put it onto the liquid line, we would be able to then measure our subcooling. So you can see the system's now settled around about the 10K superheat. So if I wanted to get back down to 6, then I simply open it back up a bit, and that then should drop it back down a bit. It's coming down, you can see it's down to 9. Let's give it another little tweak. 8. Down to 7, down to 6. So you can see that just by down to 5. So I've overdone it a bit. So if I was in a real situation, I would then just be going even less than quarter turns, trying to find the optimum 6K setting for the superheat. But as you can see how simple it is when you're working with a piece of equipment like the Super Ego digital manifold set. So that's where I'll leave the demonstration today on superheat setting with the Super Ego digital manifold set. So thank you for viewing our session today on setting superheats with the Super Ego digital manifold set. Just recapping and finishing up, the 4 key points that we see with this unit is apart from its absolute ease of use, its vast memory of refrigerant data sitting in the unit, its vacuum measurement, high accuracy vacuum measurement with the optional vacuum head, and then, as we saw today, its ease of superheat setting and also subcooling measurements. So thank you.